banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room. We all have a mouse for our computers, but do you have a mouse for your SEGA Dreamcast? Let's check it out. It's the Dreamcast mouse. You think they would have had a more exciting name for this thing? Like the Dream Mouse or the Sonic Mouse? Nope, just the mouse. The SEGA Dreamcast is the ultimate gaming system because it says it is. And the mouse gives you unmatched speed and precision gameplay. Because it says it does. And you sure as hell don't want to use the Dreamcast controller to play games like this. Quake 3 Arena is one of the few games that works well with the SEGA Dreamcast mouse. And you'll also want a keyboard. It'll tell you on the back of the packaging if it's mouse and keyboard compatible. Sadly, only a handful of games are. The Dreamcast, as wonderful as it is, did not have a lengthy mass market commercial lifespan. But let's take a look at the mouse, which looks like a pretty basic mouse, actually. It's one of the old-fashioned mouses with the little ball underneath. No optical laser precision here. It's a pretty cheap late 90s mouse. But this thing plugs into the SEGA Dreamcast because instead of a USB plug on one end, it's a Dreamcast adapter plug. And the keyboard has one of those as well. Thankfully, the Dreamcast has lots of controller ports on the front of it, so you can plug all kinds of things into it, including a controller with a VMU memory card to save your games. You can find a Dreamcast mouse easily these days on eBay. For only a couple bucks, they don't cost very much, and you can probably find one new and add it to your collection of other Dreamcast accessories, being reviewed here on SEGA Dreamcast Week. While the styling is plain, let's take a look at performance because you really can't play Quake 3 Arena without this thing. Yes, it works like a mouse, and they give you plenty of cables, so it's got room to move around the keyboard in the Dreamcast and your Dream Eye if you have one of those. It works fairly well, but this is also brand new. If you've ever used the old school mouses before, you know how they don't react well to dust, grime, and time. So you may have to remove the ball occasionally and clean the glop that forms on the rollers, but that's a small price to pay for having a cool mouse on your Dreamcast for Quake 3 Arena. I have reviewed lots of fancy mouses on this show, some of them costing well over $100. But this one has a rollerball and the Dreamcast logo. It has a simple, comfortable design. It matches your Dreamcast, assuming you have the standard gray one, and the buttons all seem to work well. You'll see the mouse used in the Quake 3 Arena review. It's cheap, it's functional. It's a mouse that plugs into your Dreamcast.